Welkom terug op je lekker voel ontbijtprogramma Espresso op SABC3. Nou, ons spandeer geweldig baie tyd in die kombuis en daar's oral kieme op die vloer waar jy jou skottelgoed skoonmaak, waar jy werk en selfs in jou yskas waar jy jou kos hou. Nou, sonder 'n goeie skoonmaakmiddel is dit alles net 'n kwessie van jy wat die kieme versprei oral waar jy gaan. Maar vandag saam met Handy Annie gaan ons vir jou 'n paar handige tips gee oor hoe om kieme heeltemal weg te hou uit jou kombuis uit.
New Handy Andy with Active Shield. Cleans and shields so dirt slides off. In your kitchen, do you subscribe to the superstition that food dropped on the ground will not be contaminated by bacteria if picked up within 5 seconds?
I don't apply the 5-second rule, I throw it away. I'm always checking the expiry dates and I'm always turfing in the bin.
I see any expiry date on milk and stuff, I always pay attention to that.
I pay attention to expiry dates, and if it is expired like before the time or after, I don't mind. Especially milk, for example, it's good for my digestive system.
Lifestyle fundi Vicky Sleet most certainly does not apply the 5-second rule in her kitchen. Today, she shares more tricks and tips to help you win the war on germs.
Vicky, I absolutely love your kitchen. The use of design and space is so beautiful. Why are kitchens with this particular setup so popular these days?
Cooking is entertaining nowadays, and the cook is the entertainer, but she also wants to be with her friends and socialize, or with his friends and socialize. So really the hub of the kitchen becomes the island. So you can chat and cook, serve drinks, and do it all together at the same time.
Well, in the same vein, because we are preparing food here, the kitchen can get easily contaminated, is that right?
Absolutely. With parties and entertaining and cooking, that's a lot of traffic, more people, more germs, and more possibility for cross-contamination.
So what are some of the ways that we can minimize the buildup of germs in our kitchen?
The most important thing is to actually take your cue from what the chefs learn when they first go to chef school, and that is to clean, clean, and clean again. And most importantly, before, during, and after your dinner party. A great habit to get into is to use colored boards, and it's exactly what the chefs do as well. Yeah. I know in our house, our pink board is for meat, and that's for chicken, beef, or anything, and it's never to be used for bread or veggies. And the green board is the one that's only ever used for veggies.
So does that mean we have to throw the old wooden boards out the window?
No, definitely not. I mean, keep your wooden boards for prepping, keep them for presenting food on as well, but after every use, just make sure that you wash it with warm soapy water, and do make sure that you let them air dry properly. Because if you put one board with a little bit of moisture on, put it on top of another board, those bacteria are going to have a field day.
But isn't it because they are wood that they are more inclined to absorb the germs?
Absolutely not. In fact, wood's actually got a natural tannin in it, which is an antibacterial in itself, but boards do get old. So maybe once a month, take a little bit of cooking oil and just give it a light rub, and that in itself becomes an antibacterial agent again.
Also, pay special attention to the small space between the hob and the surface. Clean it with an earbud soaked in neat detergent, like Handy Andy, at least once a week.
When you find a stain like this, the best thing to do is actually to turn your stove on. Not too hot, but let it heat up a bit, because all the stuff that's made the mess over there, that's going to heat up. And when you take neat detergent and a little warm soapy water and wipe it off, it's going to come off so much easier. You can do the same also with your oven racks. I mean, you know what oven racks look like after you've used them. Once a week, turn on the oven, let things heat up a bit, warm soapy water with a good strong detergent, and you're good to go.
So I read something quite interesting about kitchen sinks and the drain. And what I read was that because of the buildup of food after we've washed the dishes, that the kitchen drain can become more contaminated than a toilet. Is that true?
I'm sorry, Leanne, it's gross, but it is true. So something that is a really good habit to get into, take a strong bleach-based detergent, pour it down your drain once a day.
Really?
Then you'll be good to go.
Excellent. Since we're doing so well without germ busting, why don't we go and take a look at one of the biggest appliances where germs are most likely to build up, the refrigerator.
Keeping a bacteria-free fridge is essential to protect yourself and your family. This includes tossing out edibles past their prime. Here's tips to be more conscientious.
Whoa, is that a good idea to have chicken and vegetables next to each other?
No, it's not. And I mean, it's something that we often do. You get home from the supermarket, you know you're going to cook supper later, and you just chuck everything into the fridge together. The one thing I've done correctly in this fridge is I've put the dairy on the top. And then I've taken cheeses and I've put them into a sealed container, which is really important. The thing that you should be doing with your meat, fish, and chicken is putting them towards the bottom of the fridge, and they should be covered. Not ideal to leave it open like that. And the same goes for veggies, because you do get cross-contamination. So keep your veggies in their packets until you've used them, or use the crisper if your fridge has got one.
So does that mean that now that everything is in its correct place, that the fridge is germ-free?
Unfortunately not. You've still got to keep an eye on things. Make sure you wipe down those milk bottles and give your shelves a good wipe every second or third day. Just make sure your clot's been in warm water with strong detergent.
That's some good advice.
I've got another tip for you. This cloth, it's a breeding ground for germs. So once a week you should be cleaning your cloths in warm soapy water with a nice strong detergent. Once you've done washing them, bring them out, pop them in the microwave for 20 seconds. Germs, be gone.
In a nutshell, clean as you cook. Use different colored cutting boards for different food groups and invest in a strong quality detergent to clean your kitchen surfaces and cloths. New Handy Andy with Active Shield. Cleans and shields so dirt slides off.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.